Hey scholars, happy Friday, we made it. So for this week's artistic expression lesson, we're actually going to be doing self-portraits, which you could also do is portraits in general, so that just means drawing a face. Um, so when I say portraits, you think you just draw a face with some eyes and a mouth and that's awesome. But in reality, the face actually has proportions and there's math involved. So today's a bit of a STEAM lesson, but gonna have some fun with drawing a face. I actually chose Michelle Obama for my portrait because me and a few of the other teachers and staff are reading her new book called Becoming, and it talks about her process and what her life was like as a kid and how she grew up, and then moving forward. So I decided I wanted to draw her. All right, so today you're gonna need a pencil, and it does have to be a pencil. You cannot use pen or marker or anything else for this today. So make sure you have a pencil. If you have an eraser, like a nice eraser that's not on the pencil, that'd be awesome because we're gonna do a lot of erasing. And then today you're welcome to either use white paper or you can use your notebook. I'm using my notebook because I just want to keep everything in the same spot. All right, once you're ready, let's get started. All right, so when we're doing this, we're going to be doing some proportions, and I'll follow those along with you as we get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a nice big page. That page might be white, it might be graphed. I'm going to just draw this. Important to use a pencil because we're going to be doing a lot of erasing today. So I'm going to have a nice big circle. This is going to serve as the top 2/3 of our head. Don't worry about the proportion. Here, and then I'm going to kind of go down a little bit, and you can see, what's that? That's the chin. So I don't have a good eraser. If you have a better eraser, that would be awesome, but I don't, so this is going to work. So as I said, we're going to keep erasing as we go forward, so make sure that you pause the video if you know where a good eraser is. So here we are. We are now going to split our head in half, just like this. Again, this is obviously going to be erased, so make sure you're not drawing too hard. From there, what we're going to do is we are going to split it down the middle in half again, because our faces are symmetrical, meaning the same on both sides. Fun fact, this is actually a measure of beauty. When they have scientists say how beautiful people are, symmetry is one of those factors. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a fourth. So this is a half, cut it in half again. If you have your graph paper, you can actually count your squares. If you have white paper, you can literally just eyeball it, which is what most artists do, since people don't normally draw on graph paper. Next, we're going to split this into thirds again. So if you look here, from here down, you can see that's 1/3, and that would be the other third. We don't really need to draw the other third, so that's okay. Now that we have our template, we're actually going to be drawing in some features. So, fun fact, the way your eyes are positioned, it's as if you had 5 eyes. Sounds crazy, right? But pretend we had one eye in the middle here. Here's your actual eye, and then there's your side eye, because you're funny. Okay? So there's an eye, and then there's the bonus eye. So you can see that all kind of like spaces out. And then from there, the next thing we're going to do is actually draw our nose. So the nose has a bridge right between the eyes, and it's going to go all the way down here to where our first half is. Okay? So you can decide, maybe you'll do one side, maybe you'll do both sides. It's up to you. These extra eyes are kind of bothering me, so I'm going to get rid of them. Remember, we'll be doing a lot more erasing later on. Okay, so you can see it's starting to look like a face. Don't judge, it'll look better later. So from there, we're actually going to draw the mouth. So the way the mouth works is this is going to be the center line. Imagine that this is where your lips meet. And then we're going to go to the middle of the eye on both. So down, and that's going to be where the lips go. So you just draw a curve, and draw another curve, and then draw a happy smile. Okay? And so this is already here. Maybe add some like smile dimples. And then the next thing we're going to add is the ears. So we have this half line and then we have the nose line. So the ears usually go between the eyes and the end of the nose. Okay? And then, can't forget those eyebrows. So the eyebrows are going to go from the inner end of the eye to the edge, just towards like the middle of your invisible eye here. Everyone has different eyebrows. I'm drawing a very generic person right now, just to get the proportions out. So once we have all that, we can draw out the neck, and the neck should be going from the edge of the eye. So you can see the eye ends here, so this is where our neck is, and neck. Okay? So we have a super generic person. I know this looks kind of silly. If we do another fourth, this is usually about where the hairline is going. Okay? So now that we have that, we're going to add in some more stuff. So something you might want to add is some hair. And so I'm going to actually show you. Remember, I'm drawing Michelle Obama. So looking at her, I can see her eyebrow kind of goes up a little bit. On one side, and the other side is pretty flat because she has some expression in this picture. And then she has some beautiful eyelashes. We'll see how much detail I can get here. You can decide if you're going to do more of a caricature versus more of a realistic. I'm going to tell you, I'm not the greatest with drawing people, so it's going to look more like a caricature, and that's okay because I'm learning just like you. So you can see she kind of has these smile lines because she's a very happy person. I'm going to do some erasing now because you don't need all of these lines anymore. The middle of the eyes are gone. I'm going to definitely adjust that nose because her nose is not looking like that. Erase, erase, erase. This is why erasers are so good, to have a nice strong eraser. Alright, she also kind of has a more better shape of her head. She's not super duper round. So I'm going to kind of flatten her out that way. Make sure her eyes are kind of even. Her nose to me kind of looks more like this. So I'm going to get rid of this, that. And don't want to be super awkward with this piece. I might even get rid of that entirely. There's some shading going on here. We'll have to do shading in our next video because she definitely has some shading for her features. You can see her nostrils. Her nose kind of goes down a little bit, and then it looks more like Obama, Barack Obama now. And her mouth is open in this picture, so I might actually drop her lip because she's smiling. She kind of has a curve up. You can see her teeth. I don't know if I like the teeth, but it's happening. And I think her chin is actually a little lower than I've drawn it. You can actually see her individual teeth. So this part I'm all doing kind of my own thing. No longer giving much real direction. So if you think it looks funny, that's okay. Because I'm still learning. They do maybe some shading in here. Some shading here. Some shading here. It's hard because in the picture she has her hand on her face, which is not helping me. I'm also going to erase her ears because I cannot see them because she has hair. So this is kind of where her hair is going up. She has like some pretty luscious hair. And her part kind of goes down here and then it goes out over here. Oof. Okay. So kind of doing this in, has her irises. She just really has like a little shine here, but otherwise it looks super dark. It's going to be darker in the middle still. So her hairline is pretty round. She actually has a lot more hairline than I drew here. More like that. All right. So if I wanted to get real fancy, I could maybe add her hand in here. Nope, not gonna do it. Cut your losses, they say. They're gonna kind of like highlight the smile of her cheeks because she's happy. And she has her eyeshadow. And we're gonna say, Miss So, you should not draw faces. And that's alright. I'm sure your pictures are gonna look similar and or better than mine. So I'd love to see what you come up with. You can see she has her hoops peeking out of her hair. Should have stuck with more of the caricature. But that's okay. This is weird, this solid line. I think I'm gonna do more of like a... And you just really do whatever you want with it. I'll have to play with shading more. Alright, this is kind of going into her eye here. Shading with her nose. Alright, kids. I think that's what it's gonna look like. And there it is. Finishing touch. If you want to get fancy and add two things together. Zoom it out. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great one and looking forward to seeing you next time.